If you're dealing with pain when you're deadlifting or after a deadlift session, or even worse, if your back pain is preventing you from deadlifting and you want to find a way to come back to lifting pain-free, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Jean-Paul Espinosa. I've been coaching for many years, and I also make an effort to stay informed with the latest research about pain, injury, and rehab. Not only because I've been helping a lot of people dealing with pain throughout my career, and also myself, as I have a huge passion for strength training, but also because I found the subject extremely fascinating. So, even though it's important to understand that pain is extremely complex and multifactorial and cannot just be reduced to simple biomechanics, most of the time, pain during deadlift occurs because you went over your body's capacity. Think of your body's capacity like a glass and the stress, like deadlifting, for example, as water. As long as the water stays within the glass, then you're fine. But if you pour too much water, it overflows, leading to pain or injury. Even though this is a very simplified explanation, the good news is with proper exposure and proper recovery, the glass gets bigger over time. This means you can handle more weight and more stress than before. On the other side, if you stop pouring water regularly, the glass can get smaller and more fragile over time. This makes you more sensitive to stress when you try to lift again. So, if we translate this to the deadlift, which is the theme of this video, it's never the movement itself and not even the way you deadlift that causes you pain or injury. More often, it's too much weight or frequency or even poor recovery between sessions. If you overload the glass without giving it time to grow, it overflows. Another thing to consider is that your capacity is not just about what you're doing in the gym. Factors like sleep, nutrition, or mental stress can also affect how big the glass is. So if you're stressed or haven't slept well, your capacity might be lower, so it's important to adjust accordingly. So, if you're experiencing pain when you're deadlifting or after a deadlift session, the first thing to do is to reduce the weight. Chances are that you're being a bit too ambitious and pushing a little beyond your current capacity. Find a weight that doesn't provoke too much pain, a weight where you feel like you're still in control. Pay attention to how your body reacts while lifting and also the day after. If you still feel pain, then you should try again with a little lower weight. The idea here is try to find the right weight that you can manage and slowly build up from there. The next thing to consider is how often you're deadlifting. If you're doing it too frequently, well, it's obvious your body needs more time to recover. But deadlifting too rarely is also a problem. Your body needs regular exposure to be able to adapt and become stronger and more resilient. So try to aim for one session per week or one session every second week to make sure to give your body enough exposure to promote adaptation. Another way to manage pain is by reducing the range of motion. You could, for example, elevate the bar with some plates or blocks. This will allow you to continue training while giving your back a little break from the full range of motion. It's an effective strategy to manage pain, but it's important to work your way back to full range gradually while your capacity improves. Another strategy could be using a trap bar. It doesn't work for everybody, but some people find it less stressful on the lower back because the weight is more centered. And again, it's important to gradually build your way back to traditional deadlift if it's something that you wish to do. If your pain is preventing you from deadlifting even with an empty barbell, where should you start? First, if the pain is overwhelming, it's important to create some controlled movement around the lower back. Movement is medicine, and creating some movement around the painful area can help ease the pain and relieve some of the tightness. These movements will promote mobility and reduce stiffness, giving your lower back a chance to loosen up. Over time, as the tightness starts to release, you could start reintroducing the hinge movement. Step one would be assisted hinging. You could start by hinging using a box or bench for support. This will allow you to go through the movement while taking off some of the pressure on your lower back. Over time, you could start slowly reduce the support as you feel more and more confident with the movement. Another useful method is using a rack and a band. This allows you to learn the hinging pattern again while giving you some support. Over time, as you regain mobility and strength, you could start reintroducing the body weight hinging. And finally, when body weight hinging starts feeling comfortable, you could start adding weight, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or even a barbell, and slowly build yourself up from there. Start light and gradually build yourself up to heavier weight, step by step, like making your glass bigger again. It's important to build resilience in all ranges of motion. Your spine is designed to flex, to extend, to bend sideward and rotate. The more prepared you are in all directions, the bigger the glass becomes, allowing you to handle the variety of stresses that your life and your lifting may impose on you. Here are some simple examples on how to build resilience in all directions. For the flexion, you could do some Jefferson curls, for example. For the extension, you could do bench bridges. For the side bending, you could do side bends with a kettlebell or barbell. And finally, for the rotation, you could do some thoracic spine rotation with a kettlebell. And these are just some examples. There's so many other exercises that you could do. But it's important that you incorporate some of this movement in your routine to build a very strong and resilient back. Well, that's it for today, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like and remember to subscribe to the channel for more content like this.